Hey, welcome. So let's talk about confidence. You know, that thing we're all told we need before we can do anything big, like before we ask for that raise or start that project or just make a move. Well, what if I told you we're about to flip that entire idea completely on its head?
Just think about that for a second. What if the very act of waiting to feel confident is the one thing that's actually stopping you? We're going to dive into this because honestly, this idea could completely change the way you go after your goals.
And this right here is the whole game. On the left, that's the trap, right? I'll do it when I feel ready. It's where most of us live. But on the right, that's the big breakthrough idea from psychologist Russ Harris. You don't need confidence to start. You just need a little bit of courage.
So, first things first, let's really break down this problem. He calls it the confidence trap, and it's something I think we've all experienced.
Sound familiar? You want to do something, but then that voice in your head starts up with all the fear, all the self-doubt. So what do? You wait. You hesitate. But here's the kicker. By not acting, you never get the experience that actually builds the confidence in the first place. It is a vicious, frustrating cycle.
So, how in the world do we break out of this thing? Well, the answer isn't to try harder to feel confident. The answer is to completely reframe the problem. It's about building what we're going to call the courage bridge.
Okay, this quote is everything. It gets right to the heart of it. We've been chasing the wrong thing. The goal isn't to somehow become fearless. That's not realistic. The real goal is just being willing to move forward, even when fear is right there with you.
So picture it like this. On one side of a huge canyon is you, stuck in inaction and fear. On the other side is the life you want to live. Courage is the bridge you build, step by step, to get across that gap. And confidence? That's what you find on the other side, after you've already made the journey.
Okay, that sounds really inspiring, but what about when your brain is just screaming at you to stop? How do we actually do this? Well, the first tool is learning how to unhook from your own mind.
See, your brain is basically a storytelling machine. It's working 24/7, just churning out these narratives like, I'm not good enough for this, or I'm definitely gonna fail. But here is the secret. They are just stories. They are not orders. They're not facts. You absolutely do not have to obey them. And this is where it gets kind of fun and super practical. To diffuse these stories, you just have to take away their power. So you can try labeling the thought like, okay, there's that I'm a total fraud story again. Or, and I know this sounds silly, but it works, try singing You're Gonna Mess This Up to the tune of Happy Birthday. It's pretty much impossible to take a thought seriously when you're singing it, right? You're not trying to fight the thought, you're just unhooking from it.
All right, so once you've unhooked from all that mental noise, what are you supposed to listen to instead? Well, this is where your values come in. They become your new inner compass.
This right here is the compass that guides your courageous action. Instead of focusing on your fear, which is all internal, you focus outward on what's genuinely important to you. Is it learning something new, connecting with people, being creative? Your values give you a powerful reason to cross that bridge even when you're feeling scared.
And look at the difference here. A fear-based choice is all about avoiding feeling bad. I'll stay quiet because I might sound dumb. But a values-based choice is about moving towards what matters. You might choose to speak up anyway, because your value of contribution or learning is way more important than that temporary feeling of fear. And that shift in focus, that's a win, no matter what happens.
So, you've unhooked from your thoughts, you've figured out your values. Now for the final, most crucial step. This is where the rubber meets the road, taking committed action. We are not talking about taking some huge, terrifying leap here. It's all about small, consistent steps that create this awesome positive feedback loop. So you pick a value, let's say connection. Then you choose a tiny action, like I'm gonna text one friend today just to check in. And then you just reflect, what did you learn? The whole focus shifts from did I succeed or fail to what did I learn and how can I practice this again? You have to remember, courage isn't some personality trait you're either born with or you're not. No way. It's a skill. It's a routine that you build, one small, value-driven action at a time. Think of it like you're building a muscle, not waiting around for some magical feeling to just show up. Okay, so let's wrap this all up. The big takeaway is this. Stop waiting for confidence. It's a trap. Instead, practice courage by acting in line with your values, even when fear is there. You can unhook from those negative stories your mind tells you, use your core values as your guide, and then just take one small committed step at a time. At the end of the day, this isn't just theory, it's about action. So I'm gonna leave you with this question. I want you to really think about it. Looking at your own life, guided by what truly matters to you, what is one small thing you can do today that feels just a tiny bit courageous?